but I think we're going to take this time to talk about another team on a win streak and an early victory lap here for Max as you caught a bit of Heat's Hornet over the weekend.
Yeah, the Miami Heat 5-1 to start their season. Their most recent win, a pretty near convincing blowout over the Grizzlies, almost a 30-point spread. But the Heat Hornets, the game before that, one I was able to catch almost all of. Uh, I just wanted to take a moment in our pod to acknowledge that at 5-1, early in the season, the Miami Heat are looking so elite, and I'm loving that I've got them picked as my number one team. Um, and it was all on display in this Hornets game. How terrifyingly elite their defense is, just as a team that's gonna stop the ball for a good chunk of time at some point in the game. They were able to open up a 26-point gap in the first half against the Hornets. Uh, and really, a huge part of it is when you have Butler and Bam, like in your defense, those two guys can each guard anyone 1 through 5. So whatever the team has, their two best scorers, they can take them out of the equation, completely neutralize the pick and roll because they can switch at any time. And it presents such a challenge for other teams to deal with. It led to so many easy transition points for them against the Hornets, who did manage to adapt, come back, started getting their offense in. Actually, the bench player is huge in sparking a comeback. They brought it to within 6 in the fourth. But you felt like the Heat were kind of coasting a little. They'd never had all their big guys in during any of that Hornets run. And once they did lock in the last 6 minutes of the fourth, um, again, I go to Butler and Bam. They were near flawless in the paint. The Hornets weren't able to do anything. Both of them just so strong and technical there where we want it. Trying to strafe between talking about this game and painting a bigger picture for this team, because that really was my takeaway. The other thing that really stood out was Lowry's vision and his tendency to just move the ball up the court as fast as he can is such a perfect symbiotic relationship with this team. And you see him affecting the other players to do it too. I caught Hero moving the ball in that same fashion earlier, leading to some points. But Lowry averaging 7 assists a night so far through 5, I think, because he missed one game, but right where he left off with the Raptors, essentially stats speaking. But sometimes as the relay passer, I think those really quick passes up the court leading to even a little more. That seems to be going great for this team. But with the elite defense, with Lowry's playmaking and vision to start the ball for them, with the fact that on any given night, one of Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero seem like they're going to be good for at least 25 points, if not more. And the other two aren't going to be too far behind that with the role playing they're going to get from Duncan Robinson, PJ Tucker, Dwayne Dedman. This team looks so elite, man.
Yeah, it's a team that I saw a couple of the clips of the ball movement is spectacular from them. They love sharing it right now early on in the season. And another team we've talked about how the new way that the game is being officiated has detracted from the games of certain players. But for teams like Miami, who play that physical defense, who have a ton of length, who get up in the space of a ball handler, it's really beneficial for them to have this a little looser officiating. And it's led to some early season success from them. I expected them to be a great team. I just think they're going to do a little bit more load management as the season goes along, but definitely an exciting start.
Bam out of that game against the Pacers to maybe lend something to your point, though they did manage, excuse me, against the Grizzlies, though
Mm.
they did manage to take it by 30, as I said. Super deep team.
Little slip there, but you know who we're going to next.